Say when. Alright, lover.
I dare ya.
Let's do it. I am your huckleberry.
Hello and welcome on into Monday's edition of Movie News here at MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course our Twitch stream. I'm one of your co-hosts, Stephen John McLaughlin, our co-host in bright green to my right, your left. It's John C. Walsh. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing not too bad, Stephen, yes. I was about to say, alright.
Yeah, John, you've had 3 bananas today. You should have more energy than me.
I have had probably more than 3 bananas today. I've had a banana which I actually ate. And then I've had a free banana milkshake which has been split 2 ways.
Yeah,
so I can't quite do the science on it, but I think I've had at least 2.5 bananas today.
All counts. You can put it into a milkshake all you want. You can blend it down. It's all going the one way.
Even the
it's all
VO2
coming
max,
out the one way as well.
The VO2 max is going up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm as fit as I've ever been.
As always, we are doing some recordings after this show, so we're keeping it down to one topic tonight. You can tell, obviously, from our thumbnail and our headline, Joker. We're going to be talking about Joker 2. But before we get into that, John, I'd just like to thank our community over the weekend. And as always, some great rapport from our community once again in terms of our watch-alongs, which we are doing at the moment. It's very encouraging, and we just want to show our appreciation for the community for sending in those comments, giving us advice on what we should be watching next. We all take it on board. Don't think we're ignoring you. We do get inundated though, and we have made up our mind for our next web series, which we will announce once we've done a few films, which we're currently working on at the moment. Also, thanks for all the subscribers that have been coming in over the last 6 months or so. It's just absolutely projected the channel even further than we thought it was going to do, but we really appreciate it, guys. And you want to say anything, John, to the folks out there?
I think you covered it brilliantly.
Okay, not a problem. We're going to
thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
But we're going to talk about Joker 2 now, and this is coming in from Screen Rant, John. Something we've not really talked about for months. We've not talking about the Batman, haven't we? For most of the part of the last 2 years.
The Batman.
Kind of we've kind of neglected Joker, I want to say. Certainly
you have your little day therapy sessions. The Batman.
Certainly Joaquin Phoenix's version anyway. We were talking about the one that actually appeared in the Batman, and then we obviously did the reaction to the deleted scene.
Keegan, yep.
Yeah, so but it's Joaquin Phoenix, John, and we're talking about the Todd Phillips film. We're talking about the sequel, the potential of a sequel, because according to a new report from Puck News, you know Puck News, it seems that Joker 2 has made a lot of progress.
Ice hockey?
And article from Matthew Belloni mentions that Todd Phillips is reportedly getting pretty close on a Joker sequel since he is directing and co-writing the script. It is possible this means the Joker 2 story has been cracked or that the script is nearly complete. Warner Brothers has yet to officially announce the Joker sequel or give it a release date.
Steve, I don't know if I am on the right paragraph.
Yeah, John, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to read any further. We're not here to read articles like I used to do back in the day. We're just getting to the sort of bullet point there, John. Todd Phillips
some image wasn't
is reportedly getting pretty close on a Joker sequel. That's enough for me. What's your thoughts on this, John? We talked about it obviously before we came on in terms of, do we really want this? Do you want it? Do I want it? I'll be honest, I'm not fussed. If they don't make another Joker film with Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips at the directorial chair, don't care. I loved the first film. I thought it worked very well. And I always admire a filmmaker that stops at one and isn't tempted to do sequels just as a cash grab. If there is a worthwhile storyline in there, of course, then who knows. But we know that Joaquin Phoenix is very keen. Something that I didn't think he would be, John, to be honest with you. I don't think he does many sequels, does he?
Connected with that character, though, Steve. To be fair, it's a character that's almost impossible not to connect with. I think just every single actor who's portrayed it over the last... I mean, I'm going back 30 years because I don't... I mean, Romero, wasn't it? Did Cesar Romero
yep.
Did the 50s, 60s, 60s one.
Yeah.
I don't really count that. That's spandex. It's TV show. That was before my time.
Cartoony, yeah.
To be fair, Burton's Batman was before my time as well, but I did, when I grew up to the requisite age, glance my eyes over it and watch it. And of course, Jack Nicholson's Joker, legendary. More campy. I'm glad you're dead. Stuff like that. It was fucking Stephen. He was haunting as a young guy.
Yeah.
Watching The Penguin. Danny DeVito's only a small man now. I'd laugh, but I was much smaller then and younger. He haunted me.
Yep.
Jack Nicholson's Joker. He haunted me. Obviously, much older when Heath was doing his thing in The Dark Knight. Unbelievable performance. Deserved his posthumous Oscar win for best performance-based actor. But all of these actors esteemed Stephen in their different ways. I'm not for 1 minute as good as Heath was, and he was good. I liked him in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
I think I was one of the few people who wasn't upset with Heath being cast as a Joker. That aside, I'm not comparing him to Jack Nicholson, who could be in there in the equation for one of the greatest fucking actors of all time, with the likes of Brando, your Newmans, people like that. But they've all connected in one level or another with this character. It's an iconic character. There's something about it that draws in a whole range of different faces, be it the sort of method actors or just the great character actors like a Jared Leto, who will become but not so much method. I don't class Jared as a method actor. I don't think he became that dick who shot John Lennon, for instance. I'm not even mentioning his name.
No. Jerk of all jerks, yeah.
I'm not mentioning that fool. He doesn't deserve oxygen. I would cut it off personally. He was a different kind of actor to Nicholson, who was a different kind of actor to Heath, but they all made the role their own. They were all obsessed with it on some level. It doesn't surprise me. It was a long-winded fucking way to say it. Doesn't surprise me, much like yourself, that Joaquin is intrigued by this and potentially want to do a sequel. Stephen, for me, I'm the same as you. I'm split. I'm not so much split. I personally wouldn't do another Joker movie myself. With the Matt Reeves trilogy and Pattinson doing his thing, you've got Barry Keoghan in there, you've still got Jared Leto floating around. Fuck knows if they're going to be. I don't think I think he's done now.
I think there's no chance of him
he's
being in Flash.
Is there,
in the Flash anyway, yeah.
Weirdos would say, yeah. You've already got a potential Joker. You're muddying the waters. We know that the IQ of the average film-going general population isn't great.
You have to put it out there, John. None of the two of us, I'll speak for you as well, would find that complicated in any fashion.
No, but the average person would. I mean, we've seen it. They were having issues with Rogue One.
Yeah.
And The Force Awakens.
Yeah, they were looking for Rey.
So that's your average sort of movie-going population. Warner Brothers have to factor that in to any decision they're making. Could it cannibalise on the Batman?
I might throw a curveball at you here as well, and I want to really get into sort of what is a potential storyline as well. When will it be set? I think the first one, or the original one, the only one, was possibly set in the early 80s, I would assume.
Yeah.
Just judging on the fashion, the cars and stuff like that.
Every way.
Yeah. There was a proposed idea of Willem Dafoe playing a second Joker in the sequel. Now I don't know if that was to replace Joaquin Phoenix or having two Jokers. That would throw more into the mix, wouldn't it?
How would that work?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe another personality. Could be a split personality, like Fight Club.
Interesting, yeah.
You know? that kind of thing. I don't know.
Pitt, Ned, no, yeah.
But I think Willem Dafoe's. If they were going to do it, they should have done it maybe about 20 years ago with him.
I'm telling you, man, having just watched The Northman, oh fuck me, what an actor! I just love the guy. Honestly, he is flailing around as close to ball naked as you can probably get in a Hollywood movie.
Doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
At one point, he's missing a head, and I don't want to spoil the movie, but needless to say, very much dead head. Not with his still conveys a great performance. That's Willem Dafoe. What an actor. I've been championing, and I can't say that word, this guy for the Joker for a long fucking time. I'd love to see Willem getting a shot at doing the Joker. I'd like to have seen him doing the Joker in the Pattinson trilogy, but they've went for Keoghan. Keoghan's a great choice. Anyone who's seen The Killing of the Sacred Deer, if that's what you call it, always fuck that name in that movie up. Haunting performance, unearthing. Guy does shit with his eyes and just his tics, his little bodily gestures that make you feel weird. John, he's perfect. But I'd love to see the foreman portraying the Joker, and that split personality. That could be a way to give us something fresh with the character.
Yeah.
That doesn't. But then you need something to bounce off of, Stephen. We've done this society thing. It became a fucking meme.
We're at the point now we're going to be sort of borderline going into a Batman story. And that's the thing that you have to be. I think you have to be careful about.
Another Batman,
yeah, because I don't really want to see. There's something about that Joker film that I like because it stayed away from Batman, And it would have been very, it would have been very tempting and very easy just to sort of shoehorn him in, and there you go. There's your sort of nemesis.
There's your daddy.
But it was the whole progression and how he became Joker from Arthur Fleck, social misfit, to an absolute maniac at the very end of the film. The sort of creation, Joker being born, into
out of this society
yeah. And that's what I got from the film. I don't know if I really want to see Joaquin Phoenix going head to head with Batman in the next one. I think it's just too far away from the original film. I don't know what they can do, to be honest with you. That's probably why I'm more inclined to say that I wouldn't mind if they just didn't bother doing a sequel. But if they're going to do it, then it has to tie in with it. It has to have the same sort of themes and the same sort of tone, I feel,
Stephen, we're talking as if it needs a Batman. But I am absolutely certain there is other Joker stories out there in the ether, in canon, in the comic books, which utilise the Joker, utilise other villains. Stephen, I was just reading about one that they were hypothesising could potentially appear in the sequel to the Batman. Yeah, I nearly had a stroke saying that there. Did I say that right? I did. Hello, I'm going to try and say this name, Jayatish. I hope I've said it right.
Vlogs.
If I have not said it right, I do apologise. I have issues pronouncing Scottish names, and their names are beige as fuck. The likes of Peter, John, Jack,
Jock,
Hamish McDougall, Gordon McTavish, Gordon McArthur. I delivered to one of them the other day. 2 surnames. Angus, yeah. Angus fucking DL. Try spelling that one. Dalziel, yeah. DL. And then you start getting into the Gaelic names, and it's like, whoa, I feel like I've got fucking dyslexia. When I see these fucking Gaelic names, it's like, that's how that's pronounced. Saoirse, for instance. Saoirse. But
John, I used to get out with Siobhan. I used to go Sibion. What does that mean?
Sibion, yeah.
Kind of names that.
Oh, there was one. Yeah, there's loads. Look, you can get down that rabbit. We were talking about fucking just a couple of days ago. Ian, that's my Gaelic name. Ian Bretnick.
Yeah.
Same fucking surname as William Wallace. I'll take that.
Why not?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
The great William. I'd have rather been connected to Robert the Bruce because he was the real hero. But look, I digress. We're getting sidetracked here. Well, the fuck was I, Stephen? I have lost the plot. I do not know. Comic books.
Yeah, we're talking about without a Batman.
Without a Batman. There's a potential story flying around with the Batman sequel that it could be the Penguin, Joker, fighting against each other for who gets to kill Batman, or who gets to have their moment with Batman. And it's an actual comic book story. I think it's the killing. It's not the Killing Joke, but it's something like, it's not that, but it's something like that. Those two were. So there's a potential you could bring back Joaquin. You don't actually have to have Bruce in there, Batman in there, and he actually fights other fucking villains. But again, I'm with you. Yeah, it's irrelevant reacting. No, it's not irrelevant. We are in the process of reacting to Triple R. We'll be doing it after
we're a third through it, yeah.
Yeah, we're a third through. We're an hour deep. And we'll just come out and say it just now. It's getting split. We all optimism into 6 videos.
Yeah,
we're hoping that will get past
it has to, John.
copyright, because someone commented that their channel gets struck.
Yeah.
And we do not fucking want that.
No, we don't, because we'll not be able to do what we're doing just now.
We'll not be able to do live stuff, so we're going to split it into 6 videos.
Yeah, John,
half an hour each.
I'll be honest with you. I think I want to see something cerebral, in terms of a sequel. It's easy for me to say without a drink. I want to see something that's really well thought out, and I think maybe a split personality. Maybe the villain within the film, or the nemesis within the film, is himself. Try to come to terms with this personality disorder that he's got. And having maybe a Willem Dafoe in there to play a second version of himself, it might work, John. It might.
It could. It could. Stephen, look, I trust Todd Phillips ultimately.
Yeah.
He created that movie. A lot of people slagged it off, and then it's the whole too cool for school fucking shit. They all loved the movie when it came out there, and it came to Oscar season. That movie's shit. Why is that getting nominated for all these Oscars? It wasn't that great. It was a remake of the fucking King of Comedy. It was a remake of Taxi Driver. It was just Scorsese plagiarised. It fucking may have been all of those things, but it was different because it was Joker, and it was dark, and it was gritty. You can't have it both ways. You can't be criticising comic book movies for being cut and paste, and then slagging him off when they try to do Human Condition.
Yeah.
Really gripping, moving stories. I personally really enjoyed the Joker. I thought it was a brilliant movie. Some real humour in there, some real dark moments in there. And the character of Arthur Fleck, the way he was brought to screen with Joaquin Phoenix, I thought it was a special performance.
John,
thoroughly deserving of his win.
The narrative coming from an unreliable source as well was one of the things that we really got a kick out of. What was true, what wasn't. A lot of it was obvious it wasn't true, but it sort of carried you along in the storyline, and then it wasn't until you you experienced that moment and went, was that real? And then you went, no, it couldn't have been, and it turned out it wasn't, John. But it's all in his head. That's how I think maybe that's where they might go with the sequel.
We are having fun.
Cerebral. Yeah,
having fun.
Yeah. Some of the British acting's a bit.
Yeah, but they're dicks.
Yeah, that's caricatures, isn't it? I mean, I'm not saying these things didn't happen. Of course they did, and they were what John just called them. But
you always get an honest opinion about me
one
regarding
of the things
the British Empire.
We mentioned it, John, didn't we? Just going off on a tangent when we're talking about Triple R here, talking about SS Rajamouli, and having that sort of almost superhero-like characters. And we saw that in the opening scene, obviously, with the officer,
the Ram Charan character.
During the protests, he had to weed out that guy that threw the brick at the King George, was it? Photo.
Oh, I think he's Ram.
And both of us are sitting there going, there's no way possible you could take all of them on. But then we're thinking, we've seen obviously Bahubali part 1 and 2, and that's what you have to take from it. You have to suspend that sort of belief,
It's like, I've got the shield behind us.
Like
that.
Yeah.
Come on. If you can't be sitting with the shield on the wall. I fucking love comic book movies. Yeah. And then you nitpick through sort of superheroism in other movies.
You'll get people to watch Star Wars and go, man, that was a bit far-fetched. It's fucking Star Wars.
It's fucking Star Wars. They were talking about Chewbacca not wearing pants, as like the Americans like got. Is that what you're worrying about? Yeah, the big fucking 7-foot walking dog. It's not got pants on. There's bigger fucking issues, man, in this movie. Yeah, don't worry about the dog. He can speak. Yeah, he can speak.
Yeah, lucky with no pants on, there is a big issue right in front of your face.
It was like Han was saying, if they're worrying about how you look, kid, then we're all fucked. Yeah. Something along those lines. But Stephen, getting back to this, man, I'm much for you. I'm quite happy with a one and done. I like one and done movies, self-contained movies. Some of the best movies ever made are self-contained. You don't always have to establish a cinematic universe, spin-offs, trilogies, money grabs. If it's been done and it's been done to a high standard, and look, this is a multi-Oscar winning movie, then you can just leave it there. I love Nolan, as I say time and again. I love Tarantino. I love all these guys, Paul Thomas Anderson's. These guys don't really make sequels. I know Nolan did the Batman trilogy, but that was the sort of the exception to the rule.
It was the one story, though, wasn't it?
I mean, I like this Inception. It gets you thinking at the end. Did he do these things? Did he fucking kill the actual psychiatrist? What happened afterwards? Shawshank Redemption. What happened between Andy and Red? You think about it. It's better when sometimes it's just left to the imagination of the viewer, and you don't have to fill every single fucking thing in. This is what Lucasfilm and Disney, I think, are learning now. Not everything has to be filled in the movie. Oh, there's something missing here about this character. Let's go and make a 2.5 hour movie about it. Fucking don't. Just leave it to the imagination. Leave it to the imagination. So you don't have to do a sequel to this. I think the original, the 2018 was it? Something like that. Anyway, 2019 one was perfect as a standalone story. Joaquin doesn't really do sequels. He's not interested in this. That's interesting in itself. But what'll be will be. There's pros and there's cons. Yeah. Didn't really get to see a Joker. It was more Arthur Fleck. That was what the movie was all about. Was as you did say, society. How a society shapes a Joker. Yeah. And it's something that's very pertinent to modern society, which is just becoming more callous, more cruel, more unempathetic. And it's shaping these monsters. We've got these monsters doing some crazy shit. We've got a mental health crisis looming in the world just now. That's what Todd Phillips tapped into with this movie. It was like a 21st century, albeit poorer, Scorsese movie from the 80s. Yeah. The flip to that is you could make a fucking Joker movie with this character now, but I personally don't think we need it. So I'm happy either way. No. They give us it and it's good. I'm happy. We don't get it and we just remember the 2019 movie. I'm fucking happy. I'm happy.
I'm happy. You happy?
Smile like you mean it. Anyway, let's go round it up. Oh, there's John Wick. A man of Tai Chi. Tai Chi? Why does that remind me of something? What is Tai Chi? Do you know what Tai Chi is, Stephen?
Tai Chi, is it not self-defence? I don't know.
Is it? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Keanu.
Yeah.
It's certainly not John Wick. And it's on Netflix. So it is almost certainly one of Keanu's wacky, fucking crazy, in-between hits movies, which will get a 4 on Netflix. Probably sub 30% rotten. Certified rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's what Keanu's all about, though.
Tomatoes.
Tomato. But let's go round it up. What's your thoughts on the news coming in from Puck News? From, what's his name? Matthew Baloney.
Yeah.
That Todd Phillips and Warner Brothers and Joaquin may be close to striking a deal to make a Joker sequel, Joker 2. I don't think that's what it'd be called. What's your thoughts on it though? Is it something you'd like to see? Is it something that would intrigue you? Would it wait the anticipatory juices? Or would it send them fucking shrivelling into, I don't know, something resembling something that's shriveled? I don't know. What's shriveled?
A prune.
A prune.
Yeah.
Something like that. Does it
Why
turn
not?
you into a prune? Does it get you flown? That's fucking weird even saying that. It should never have come out my mouth. You can share your thoughts down below you get to say about that news at all. Down below in the comment section is a place to share the thoughts. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Maybe not share your thoughts on whether your phone or dried like a prune. Keep that yourself. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon to get notifications on YouTube. And the same over on Twitch. Hit the follow button over there, notification sign over there to see us doing our thing live over there as well. Regardless of what you do though, thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Fuck knows, there may even be a triple R reaction out tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. If I can be arsed editing it, and if it can get past copyright. Stick around for that. Bye bye guys.